Hello, we're back, and we are back here with somebody very special. Today, I have the honor of having Dr. Mandy Fresh Johnson on my show. She's a trailblazer in the beauty industry, and she's the CEO and founder of let me see, Faces Made Beautiful. That's the name of her company. But she's more than that. She really empowers women through finding their most beautiful self on the inside as well as the outside. And she is here to speak with us today about not only all things beautiful, but about what she has accomplished in her life that is so much leading by example, such a role model, such an unbelievable beacon in the community of light and of inspiration. So let's bring Dr. Mandy Fresh Johnson on the show. Hi, Mandy.
How are you? Thank you for having
I
me.
am good. I'm so good. I'm so happy that you're here.
Yes, yes.
I know. So tell me, how did you start in the beauty industry?
I started at the age of 13 working with my auntie. I was one of those curious kids. I would go in just to see what she's doing. And from time to time, she would have me, help her with her clients. So that was the seed that got planted at the age of 13. That's how I got started.
Wow. And how did that like a metamorphosis, right? You sort of transition from beauty to women empowerment. How did that happen?
Well, that started in 2014. I was at church, and at the time, my pastor at that current time was preaching a message. You have to go after your dreams. You have to go after what you believe in. And I literally sat there and had an epiphany moment, as if I got caught up in a trance and a vision. And I saw myself doing a makeup workshop with a group of 25 women. So that's how that got started. So it started off in 2014 as with a makeup workshop, teaching women in their various profession how to apply makeup and how to present themselves when they step out. That's how it got started.
Right. So, did you attract women of all ages right from the beginning?
Yes, I did. I did right from the beginning. Yes, ma'am. I mean, women love makeup. I don't think it doesn't matter
Yes,
what age
exactly.
you are. You love makeup.
And you and I both have that in common.
Yes, yes,
We
yes,
love makeup. And it's makeup is more than just makeup.
yes.
Makeup, yes, adorns our outside, but it's about having that ritual every day of being taking sacred time to just take care of yourself,
Yes.
right?
I just take it as, makeup is something that we put on, but I believe it starts with your inner person. We have to make that up first, right? Because I've been in seasons before, Eileen, where I had my makeup, hair, and I did not like the person that I was staring at in the mirror.
Mm,
So, yes, I'm all for the makeup and hair and lashes, as you can see, ladies, but you have to start with the makeup of within first.
the
That makes a
makeup
big
of
difference.
within.
Yes.
Woo! I like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I know you stepped into this other area, which, well, first of all, you're a woman of faith, and that really guides you and leads you.
Yes.
Just like we were talking with Goldie,
Yes. Yes.
and that guides you and leads you. So, how do you listen to God and know that they are directing you in the right way?
Well, I
He is
believe,
directing you.
let's just say this, anybody that you spend time with, you get common with their voice. Just like Eileen, nobody can tell you your husband. You know your husband. You spend time with him. It can be 20,000 people in the crowd. If he calls your name, you're going to hear him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's the same thing with God. I believe if we take time to spend time with him and cultivate that relationship, because it's really going within, because everything that we need is already on the inside of us.
So true.
And a lot of people have not gotten acquainted with what God has placed within them. This is why they're so busy trying to search out for different things
Mm-hmm.
around them. But
Mm.
if we take a journey from within, and we get to that place and we come in alignment with God, everything else begins to fall into place. And you'll hear his voice and know his directions.
So is that what this book is all about? Because my friend Dr. Mandy Fresh Johnson wrote her book too, The God Confidence. Is
Yes.
that what this is about? Learning God's voice, getting acquainted with God's voice, and really feeling comfortable with it inside of us.
Yes. So the book that he gave me, The God Confidence, because you know what? I've noticed that a lot of people have missed out on opportunities because of the lack of thereof. And what people don't understand is without confidence, without his confidence, you'll pass up on opportunities because you'll probably feel that you're not qualified to step into that room or to have that position or to take that job. But I believe once people tap into that confidence, because that's the strategy he's given me, a lot of people confidence has been attacked, even especially when COVID-19 hit, the shutdown, and now that the world has opened back again, some people feel inadequate in certain areas.
Yes.
So if we learn to tap into that God confidence, the sky's not even the limit. Okay, once you tap in, it's a go from there.
Yes, 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 so true. So I know that you also have this passion to run these huge events. Like, I don't even know where did that confidence come from? Like, you're getting, you're putting together this huge event that's coming up at the end of August. I mean, at the Fort
Next week.
Lauderdale Performing Arts Center.
Lauderhill.
Lauderhill.
Yes.
And, it's like, whoa, how did you have, in Yiddish, we call that chutzpah. How did you have the chutzpah to put together such a huge event? And tell us about it. What is that really event all about?
So remember during early the conversation, I was saying that my first event that I did, it started off as the makeup workshop. So after 2014 happened, because the Bible says, write the vision down and make it plain, and then those who are called to will help you run with it. I was given the first piece of my vision in 2014. And sometimes you'll get a vision, God will give you something just to see if you'll run with it. And I ran with it. And then he gave me the other pieces. He said, okay, you did the makeup workshop. That's nice, right? Now I want you to help the
first
women.
test.
He passed the first test. That was the first help. You got over yourself and you did what I asked you to do. Now let's teach the women how to discover their beauty from within. Beauty, again, is not just makeup. It's the whole component of a person. And beauty just it doesn't have to derive onto just one gender. You male and female. There's so many different moving parts to us. We have our spiritual side. We have the things that God has called us to do in the world, whether it's in music and film, whatever it is. You got to be able to tap into that beauty so you can go full force. So it started there, and from there just took off into what you see now.
Yeah. Well, I was at an event, I think was it last year that you had an event at the
Yes.
where was that?
The Broward Convention Center.
Yeah, the convention center.
Yes.
And so that was the first event that I attended,
Yes.
which was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
But this year, you're surpassing that.
Yes. Yes.
And we're talking about, I guess, not only women, but people
Yes.
in business and
Yes.
what that's going to look like
Yes.
in the next year, 5, 10 years.
Yes.
What is that going to look like for all of us? Because things are shifting.
They
And
are.
you talk about COVID-19.
Yes.
That has really shifted so much.
Yes.
I mean, people, I just heard this news thing, news report yesterday that they can't find bus drivers for our children.
Yeah.
Because I think what COVID-19 did, it like woke so many people up to say, you know what, I'm valuable.
Yes.
And I need to be compensated and reimbursed for my value. And if you're not going to do that, I'm going to do it for myself.
Exactly. What COVID-19 did was created a new economy, which we call it a gig economy. You have people starting their businesses, offering personal services, business to business, without needing a company to specifically do that. So what we're seeing now is a great awakening that's taking place.
Yes.
People are now tapping into that thing that God has placed in them from when the time that they were born. And people did not have the guts or the confidence to go after it, but COVID 19 forced you to do it because you
Yes.
needed income, you needed streams. So we had no choice. So
Yes.
now that you've done it for a couple of years, you see, hey, I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, this is my passion. I don't have to go on somebody else's job to make the money, but I can do this. But the vacancy has also created an opportunity for those who've been trying to get in but could not get in.
This is true.
So it's not really a lose-lose situation, because if you've been trying to get into that corporate and they have vacancies because people are no longer wanting to do it, now you can put your demand on the table like, hey, I'm worth 80,000 a year. I'm not coming for no less than that.
Right.
But because there's a vacancy, guess what? They have no choice, because there's a demand, there's a need
Yes.
for what you carry.
Yes. And also, I really have to add this to the COVID-19 kind of experience that we all had, and how that was an awakening. Because, as I've said before, and I've said it on my show before, what COVID-19 is, it allowed us all to pause,
Yes.
to be silent, to be able to listen to what you would say God, and I say, my inner voice, my intuition would tell me that there's more there, and I am going to get it.
Yes.
Because when you're going, you don't have the time to stop and really connect to that.
Yes.
But COVID-19 said, put a break to it all, and
Yes.
said, start listening to yourselves, people.
Yes.
Start really giving yourself space to create something new that you never thought you could.
Oh yes. And it's a changing of the guards too. You have a lot of people leaving, but you have another generation that is rising up, that is stepping in with something different and unique. And sometimes tradition may not be ready for it, but it's happening. And even those that are used to traditional things, you have to pivot so you don't get lost in the sauce.
That's right. That's right. Pivoting, and also really being very, very vulnerable and taking a risk to be a trendsetter.
Yes.
Which is what you have done with this amazing event that you're
Yes.
going to be, really holding. You are the sauce behind this. Talk to us about this event and what this really, really, what people can expect from it, and what they can, really need to go, because what are they going to get from this event?
So let me talk about this. First. Thank you for calling me the sauce, but I got to give glory to the sauce maker, okay? And that's God. So let me say
The
this.
sauce maker, I love that.
Yes, ma'am. So if you're in sunny South Florida, because the theme of this expo is how to economy proof your business, okay? There are things that are going to come down the pipeline. Are you ready? Because if you didn't learn anything from COVID-19, what's going to happen next is going to make COVID-19 look like it was just a playground. Like that was not the real deal. And what we're trying to do is basically help people get ahead of the curve. And it's not just for business owners. It is for head of household. You need to know how to prepare your family when things begin to shift. What am I going to do for resources? What am I going to do for income as a head of a household? We don't have these conversations, but we have to be prepared for it. So you're going to get the secret sauce at the Business Expo. We're going to show you how to do contracts with the government, your local municipalities, how to be a contractor, how to get grants, how to get loans, just different things to secure you, your business, and your family. And even those that are ministry leaders, you need to be here too, because tithes and offering is going to be running a little low. What are you as the leader of your flock going to do? So you
right.
want to make sure you're in position to set your church up correctly.
Now, did you hear how she spoke? That's the kind of energy she brings to any event that she's at. And if you weren't motivated and inspired and really, really excited by what she was saying. You're not, maybe you're not alive. But, I do have to say that I'm going to be speaking
Oh, yes.
also.
Yes.
And what I'm going to be bringing is, how to really bring your whole self
Yes.
into it. Because, yes, we need those tools, like how to
Yes.
write a grant,
Yes.
how to, you know, use the bank as our friend, not
Yes.
as our enemy,
Yes.
how to use credit, credit
Yes.
line, how to have the, real courage and the bravery to step into your power. So, yeah, that's a lot of, you know, intellectual quotient stuff.
Yes.
A lot of intelligence, a lot of, learning and knowledge. But you also need to be able to come to the table with a fully engaged emotional quotient.
Yes.
Because if you're not stepping into the next phase with your own kind of emotional toolkit, then you're not going to be successful, even if you have all those other kinds of,
They're
intellectual
going to be left
things.
behind
Yes.
because the economy is shifting. We're going digital, and you want to make sure too, because we're not going to throw everything away, because people that have acquired skill sets and knowing how to build is going to be needed again. It's almost like we're doing a metamorphosis but a reverse. We're kind of going back to what we used to be before most of the things are today. So sometimes it's good that you know how to do a trade. Don't knock that, because we're going to need that.
That's true. We will need a trade.
Yes.
Because I hear so many women of my generation really afraid to step into their power because they don't understand technology. And so we want to help them overcome any of those limiting beliefs.
Yes.
Right? So, yes, we need trades
And technology.
and technology.
Because what if
And,
technology fail?
right.
What are you going to do?
That's right. We'll have to go back to rotary phones.
Oh, use a can and a string or something.
No, but we can't allow any of these limiting beliefs to stop us from pursuing our dreams, no matter what age we're at.
Yes.
Because, the thing that keeps us young
Yes.
is when we learn, when we're open to learning, when we're
Yes.
open to learning new things, and we aren't scared to learn.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So,
And you're also getting honored, so don't forget that.
oh, my
Friday
honor.
night. Yeah, she's also getting honored Friday night. It's going to be a party, y'all, so make sure y'all get there.
Oh my gosh. Do you see what I'm talking about? She asked me to speak and she's honoring me on top of that. I
Yes.
love it. I love it. Well, we're going to be honoring quite a few people in
Oh,
this
yes.
community,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I mean,
We're expecting well over 150 that's going to be there. Yeah, so it's going to be amazing.
Oh,
it's
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 gonna-
it's a formal networking event Friday
yeah.
night.
So, we're in the Brooklyn Cafe studio
Yes.
and you're going to be honoring Dawn and Freddie too,
Yes, I
right?
am. Yes.
And they're going to be honored as well. So it's a community kind of function. It's a
Yes.
community event where we're all going to be there to celebrate one another, to learn from one another,
Yes.
to support one another.
Yes.
And we're going to step into, the end of 2023 totally ignited.
Yes. And this year we're doing it with a little twist, because usually I always do it banquet style. But this year it's going to be networking and talking to people that you don't even know.
Yes.
Because your net worth is connected to your network, and we need to connect. We're going to need each other for the times to come. We're going to need each other, I'm telling you.
Well, this is true. This is one of
Yes.
the real keys to business is who do you know? And I'm not talking about the CEO of a company. I'm not talking about Mark Zuckerberg. If you know him, that's great.
Exactly.
But I'm talking about just networking with the people in our community. They can help you.
Exactly. Especially those that are going after jobs. It does make a difference who you know. not the CEO. The gatekeepers are the teachers
That's
or
true.
just somebody who's in
You got to get
administration.
through the
You got to
gatekeeper.
get through the gatekeeper. And if you're acquainted with the gatekeeper, if they need help, guess who they're going to hire first before they hire somebody else?
That's right.
You.
Yeah, exactly.
People only hire who they
Listen, bringing
trust.
a little cookie is not so terrible to the gatekeeper.
Cookie and some milk. Okay. We're not talking about the cookie you think we're talking about. Okay.
No, 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 no. We're not talking about the cookies on the phone. So where can people buy tickets? Where can, first of all, you said Lauderhill. Tell us where this event is taking place.
So the Lauderhill Performing Arts Center, it's in the city of Lauderhill. If you Google Lauderhill Performing Arts Center, you'll see that our tickets are listed within the box office in the city of Lauderhill. And you can also go on the website, dtbwempowerment.org or dtbw2023.eventbrite.com and reserve your ticket for the expo. And if you're watching Eileen's show, your ticket will be sponsored. Just reach out to Eileen.
Oh, look
For
at
the expo.
that. That's so awesome. I love that. So you heard it here. If you reach out to me, you're going to get a ticket. Dr. Mandy is going to give you a ticket just for watching this show. How
Yes.
beautiful.